What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to give you guys my immediate reaction and recap of UFC Fight Night Bautista versus Oliveira. I don't want to jump the gun and say I'm the greatest predictor of all time, but I did go 12-1 on this card. So I'm low-key goated. I may be considering covering every event in MMA history now just to test my luck. But this was a pretty good card. There was kind of a lull in the middle, but I would say the co-main event, the main event, these were very, very impressive performances. We will be sending Jacoby and Almeida to China expeditiously. But there was also some nasty finishes on the card. Let's talk about this, man. First thing I want to talk about, the main event. You know what, Mario Bautista? You fucking redeemed yourself, dude. I'm part of the Mario Bautista army. I picked him to win this fight. I thought he would win pretty clearly. I was going to say it was by decision, like he just dog walks Vinicius Oliveira for like 5 rounds on some Anthony Hernandez, Michel Pereira type of thing. But no, he went out there and he got a very impressive finish in the second round. What it came down to was just the lack of grappling and just the lack of fucking anything from Oliveira. I literally started laughing midway through the second round, watching Oliveira like wobble around at range, like trying to set up a fluke. Because Mario Bautista, I said in my prediction video, dude, I feel like Mario Bautista, with this win, and when you look at the losses and the wins that he has in the UFC, he clearly is a top 5 bantamweight. Like, I don't think it's ridiculous to say that. If you keep up with the division, you know that Mario Bautista belongs in the same conversation as like Song Yadong, and you know, he's right there with Corey Sandhagen at this point in his career. I know that he lost to him early on, but I think he's right there with those guys. You know, this was a really, really good performance from him. The first round, avoided a lot of big shots from Oliveira, dealt with the clinch. You know, I don't know what Oliveira was trying to do. This guy thought he was fucking Charles Oliveira, because he got taken down and just stayed on his back, throwing up kicks and kind of smiling on bottom. And then in the second round, like, Bautista just broke him down with the grappling. He started off on the back body lock, got some nice trips, got a big dump. Oliveira did a good job to get back up and kind of avoid, you know, damage in those positions. But then in the second round, there was a moment where he ducks under some shots, takes down Oliveira again. Out in the open, there was also this really sick sequence, and I just had to nerd out about this. I fucking really, really, like, fucked with this sequence heavily. Oliveira shoots a takedown, turns the corner. Bautista keeps the butterfly hook in, just picks him straight over, ends up on top. And once he settled down Oliveira and he found the crucifix, and by the way, Khamzat Chimaev, I know you're probably watching this video, bro. I know you're a big fan of me, dude. This is how you use a fucking crucifix, bruh. Actual damage done. See what happens when you actually hit someone when you have them in a crucifix? They immediately turn away and give up an arm. Because as soon as Mario Bautista put Vinicius Oliveira in the crucifix and actually started throwing strikes and throwing elbows, Oliveira turned himself all the way over, left the arm hanging out, but Bautista went for the Kimura grip. Oliveira turns away. Bautista turns it into a back take, immediately gets the finish via rear naked choke in the second round. This was a really impressive, dominant victory from Mario Bautista, really showing levels in the bantamweight division. Yeah, and probably going to get back a lot of fans. I know that people really hate, some of us, I'm not going to say, you know, listen, some YouTubers wanted this man dead. Me personally, was I part of those guys? Bro, you will never find a video of me saying, I hope Bautista gets chinned, bro. You will never find a video of me hating on Mario Bautista. You will never find it, bro. Okay, I literally put this guy on my top 10 most wanted list on some FBI shit. So he has redeemed himself with this performance. I think also the Umar Nurmagomedov fight kind of brought back a lot of, you know, respect and love that we have for the GOAT Mario Bautista. But this was like the nail in the coffin for any of the, you know, boring or, you know, whatever it is, allegations. I think Mario Bautista looked really good in this performance. I hope that he gets the loser of Merab versus Yan 3. It seems like that's what's going to happen next at bantamweight, is that trilogy. I do think Mario Bautista deserves to fight the loser of that. I think he deserves a big top 5 fight that he hasn't already had yet. Like, I think him versus Sandhagen in a rematch would be good, but I'm pretty sure that Corey Sandhagen's either going to get Sean O'Malley or Eamon Zahabo next. He's not going to fight Sean O'Malley. They've been teammates for a super long time. He just fought Umar. So to me, it makes perfect sense that he fights the loser of Merab versus Yan 3. As for Vinicius Oliveira, we'll talk about him a little bit later, dude, all right? Co-main event. Kyoji Horiguchi. This guy's fucking goated, dude. Where has this guy been the whole time, bro? This guy actually rules, dude. Kyoji Horiguchi's actually so sick. This guy puts on fucking beatdowns in the UFC. This guy's one of the most entertaining skillful guys I've seen come into the UFC in a very long time. Every single performance, that's 2 times now. In the words of Paul, that's 2 times now where he's put belt to ass on somebody that we all wanted to see lose. I did say that I feel kind of bad for Amir Albazo, and I do feel a little bit bad for him. I feel like he definitely gets too much hate. But just strictly talking about the fight, this was a masterclass from Kyoji Horiguchi. He beat the brakes off Amir Albazi. He literally did what Brandon Moreno did in 5 rounds in about 2 rounds. Like that's how Amir Albazi was looking after 2 rounds with Kyoji Horiguchi. The 3rd round, he also cleaned him. I thought the 1st round was pretty close. I could have seen a judge maybe giving that to Albazi, and that's what the scorecards ended up being. 30-27, one judge had it 29-28. I personally kind of gave it to Horiguchi just based on, some cleaner strikes, avoiding kind of the grappling, nothing really getting off for Albazi. But then in the 2nd round, he really pulled away. And I think what it comes down to is he has this huge speed advantage on the feet. The jab could not miss. He'd step in with that overhand right and rocked Albazi really badly in the 2nd round in close. Landed a really nice spinning heel kick near the end of the 2nd round. And I think the reason why he pieced up Albazi so bad as well is like Albazi just doesn't jab, bro. No jab, no setups. Just walking forward, trying to throw big shots and just getting tagged up. And we saw it against Brandon Moreno. We saw it here against Albazi. Against Kyoji Horiguchi, my bad. Yeah, against Moreno and Horiguchi. We saw him just kind of get stuck on the back foot, right? When they're throwing quick combinations, when they're finishing with that right hand down the middle, when they're moving their head off the center line, which Kyoji Horiguchi was doing a really good job of, ducking down, stepping off, taking his head offline with that left hook or going out the other way with the right hand. Albazi just had no answer for it. He couldn't really get takedowns. He couldn't really get his grappling going. Couldn't smudge him and just got fucking pieced up. The 2nd round, he got rocked pretty badly. 3rd round, he got rocked again with a left hook. And I think another thing that Horiguchi did a really good job in this fight was just his movement. Like in the 1st round when it was kind of close, he did a good job circling, moving around the cage. You just felt like he's so much quicker. Albazi can't really track him down. In the 2nd round, it was moving his head off the center line, changing levels, just being really hard to read for Amir Albazi. Sorry, Curtis Blaze just laughed at my story, making fun of Jailton Almeida, so that's pretty fucking funny. But yeah, great performance from Kyoji Horiguchi. Rocked him in the 2nd with a right hand in close, rocked him in the 3rd round with a left hook on the temple. Albazi did a good job to survive some of those moments where he was just really getting pieced up, mixed in some takedown attempts, almost had a couple of takedowns here and there, but great performance from Kyoji Horiguchi. Can we get this man a title elimination bout, please? Can we get this guy against Manel Kape? Can we run that back? Right? And maybe we do Pantoja versus Van too, since Pantoja's no longer injured. He's coming back sooner than we thought. That, to me, makes perfect sense. Right? Joshua Van's dying for a title fight. Maybe we do, Van versus Kape, Kyoji Horiguchi versus Tatsuro Taira. Right? Maybe that's what you do. Whatever it is, this guy is 1 fight away from a title shot. 110%, hands down, 1 fight away from a title shot. I really want to see this guy fight one of those guys, and I want to see him fight for the belt, man. This guy is fucking insane. I feel really bad, like, bro, this dude, maybe I need to tap him with Ryzen some more, bro, because this guy's goated. Kyoji Horiguchi, great performance from him. Featured fight of the night. Jailton Almeida. I'm sorry that I have to say your name. You are one of the most sorry ranked heavyweights I've ever seen in my fucking life. You can't get a takedown. You can't commit to a strike. You can't get off the fucking fence. You can't do shit, bro. You touched gloves and fucking jumped around for 3 rounds and then acted surprised that you lost. And now Curtis Blades is laughing at you on my story. The fuck was this guy doing? I would have swept this fucking card if this oh my fucking god. If this cunt actually threw a strike or actually got a takedown or actually did fucking anything, I would be undefeated on this card right now. And instead, now I have to watch Rizvan Kuniev be ranked in the top 6. He's one spot below Curtis Blades. Are you kidding me, dude? Jailton Almeida, what the fuck were you doing, bro? What is this guy doing? Like, does he actually have money on these people? We need to investigate this guy. Because this is one of the... And by the way, this is not the first time. Right? I was going to say, this is one of the most frustrating, most unwatchable performances I've ever seen. And then I remember Jailton Almeida's like, here go one more for you. He's already done this 3 times in his past 4 fights, basically. I don't know whether the kid's on drugs or what, we need to genuinely cut Jailton Almeida from the UFC. I don't think it's ridiculous. I'm not trying to be on some MMA Joey shit. Just cut him from the sport, bro. I'm not trying to be on some shit like that, but tell me I'm wrong. Who actually wants to watch Jailton Almeida fight? Drop that in the comments below. Drop in the comments below. Hey, bedtime. I want to watch Jailton Almeida fight. I would pay money to watch Jailton Almeida fight. You won't. No one will say it. Because the UFC will low-key break into your house and leave 3 tickets to UFC Brazil if you drop that in the comments. And you don't want that. Nobody does. Jailton Almeida, I'm sorry, brother. You have to get shipped to fucking PFL. We gotta trade this guy for Muhammad Mokaev or something like that. And you know it's bad when you're trading for Mokaev. But I'm sorry, this was one of the worst fights I've ever fucking seen. This was so fucking bad. Jailton Almeida, no ability to get the takedown. No urgency to get off the fence. Just sitting against the fence, acting surprised. When this is what all this cunt does, is just do the same thing on the ground. And now he's acting shocked when someone does it to him. Because he couldn't take down this fat Russian blob. No aggression to strike as well. Was having decent success on the feet in moments. And then get ran into the cage and just sit there and just let Rizvan Kuniev punch him to the body and fucking try and bomb elbows over the top. It was so fucking bad, dude. Actual peak rage bait fighting style. Kuniev did a good job of pushing him against the fence, punching to the body. And now this guy's ranked number 6 in the world because Jailton Almeida can't get a takedown or throw a fucking punch. Congratulations to Rizvan Kuniev. Great win, brother. Jailton Almeida, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. Straight up. Usually I say that as a joke, but I'm being dead serious. Trade this dude to Ryzen now. I don't care where you have to trade him. Just don't trade him to fucking Eternal MMA, so I don't have to watch this cunt. Trade him to fucking Japan. Trade him to fucking PFL Europe, dude. Let's get this guy slimed out by Ngannou today. Get him on the plane today. I'm sick of this guy. Fuck you, Jailton Almeida. You ruined my fucking picks, dude. Next fight of the night was Mikhail Oleksiejczuk versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Pretty sloppy back and forth fight. Like kind of like what I said in the predictions of, you know, a rematch of Cody Brundage, Julian Marquez. You know, Apex classic right there. Apex ball knowers know that one's a classic. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk did good in the first round. He rocked Marc-Andre Barriault with some good boxing combos, but couldn't really get anything going that genuinely hurt him badly. And then in the second round, he slowed down a little bit. Andre Barriault was on the pressure, just walking forward, trudging forward, getting in the clinch, landing elbows, you know, tucking in his elbows to block the body shots. It was 1-1 going into the third, but Mikhail Oleksiejczuk did a good job of kind of locking in. He fought a little bit further range, and that's really all you have to do to beat Marc-Andre Barriault, is just not clinch with this guy. You just have to jab and move your head and throw left hooks. That's what Mikhail Oleksiejczuk did. He wins the fight by decision. Nothing crazy to write home about. Decently entertaining fight. Like I said, there was kind of a lull these two fights, and then Horiguchi and Bautista picked it up. Before that, I thought this fight was a fucking banger. I know people are mad about the results of this one, and I will talk about my scoring of it, my thoughts on it, but just pure entertainment. This was a fucking sick fight. A lot of these fights were really good, honestly. I knew this main card would be kind of good. That's why I decided to do a video on it. But yeah, Farid Basharat comes away with a split decision win here against Gene Matsumoto. Super close fight. I feel like Basharat, he didn't land as many significant strikes throughout the first 2 rounds. He kind of picked it up late, but he started off really good with his jab. He could not, throughout the whole fight, he couldn't miss with his jab. Gene Matsumoto is kind of a blockhead. He's just kind of walking forward, looking to mix things up with the grappling. I thought that Basharat won the first round pretty clearly. He landed a big elbow that cut open Gene Matsumoto, defended some takedowns decently well. I thought the second round went to Gene Matsumoto. He kind of picked up the output. He was landing more significant strikes. Basharat was a little bit more like pitter-pat moving around. And I thought the third round was really what it came down to, and it could go either way. Like, this is genuinely my opinion, right? I'm not trying to fence sit this shit, but you gotta understand, I picked fucking Farid Basharat, bro. Of course I'm gonna be going there like, yeah, Rob Matsumoto, but, you know, it could go either way, right? Because I thought that the third round was kind of going towards Gene Matsumoto. He was on the forward pressure, but like I said, Basharat literally could not miss with his jab. Right? Every time Matsumoto would throw some big shit, Basharat would kind of circle off, boom, hard jab, stick him. Then mix in a takedown, get some control time, right? Great ending to the fight. Very, very close decision. It goes to Farid Basharat. I feel like it could go either way. I wouldn't really say robbery one way or the other. I feel like it was a super competitive back and forth fight. Very entertaining as well. Good high-level bantamweights. Both these guys took each other down. They had some big moments on the feet. Definitely worth a rewatch for my Apex hardcores, but it goes to Farid Basharat. Now, dude, hear me out, bro. Because why the fuck is Raul Rosas Jr. getting a ranked opponent, bro? Name one person Raul Rosas Jr. has beat quickly. Now, you can't. You can't, dude. Ricky Tercios. Oh my days. Wait, that's the wrong cat. I'll do the next. Oh my god, bro. Ricky Tercios, bro. That's a crazy fucking win, dude. We gotta get Raul Jr. title shot, low-key, bro. Gee, bro. He's funny as fuck, dude. I'm sorry, bro, but why is Raul Rosas Jr. getting a ranked opponent? Farid Basharat deserves a ranked opponent. And I've got just the guy. Could you imagine? Hear me out on this. Vinicius Oliveira, retard maxing in the bantamweight division versus Farid Basharat, the king of the fucking outside foot. Well, actually, my leg needs to be at 37 degrees. I want these guys to face off, bro. I think that's a crazy stylistic matchup. One of the sloppiest, most physical, goofballs in the bantamweight division, Vinicius Oliveira, coming off a loss now. Ranked right at the bottom of the top 15 versus Farid Basharat, the technicals Corey Nerdhagen school of fucking economics striker. I think that's a really funny matchup. I want to see that next in the bantamweight division. Opening up the main card, brutal knockout for Dustin Jacoby. Very, very crafty performance, if I do say so myself. I mean, he started out really just smart, just better fight IQ than Walker. Great reads on the feet. He started out kind of controlling the wrists of Julius Walker to kind of, take away maybe some of that length. Pause on some Stephen A shit, taking away that I just busted right inside him, taking away that Skip Bayless pause. But he did a good job controlling the wrists, landed some big right hands, and that kind of forced Walker to shoot a takedown. He did a good job defending it, sprawled out, looked for like a Darce choke, but didn't really get it. Walker kind of stayed committed to the wrestling in the first round, couldn't really get off any damage or control. And then in the second round, brutal fucking stoppage, dude. Brutal fucking stoppage from Big Dan Mergliata here. Jacoby steps in with a 1-2 right after a low kick. Rocks Julius Walker badly. And the follow-up on this shit was so accurate. He just stepped in with another right hand and just folded him. And I thought the fight was over, but no, the ref lets it continue. Walker tries to wrestle while he's on fucking Dream Street. Jacoby gets back out in the open, bombs him again with another 1-2. That's the end of it. Very impressive victory here from Dustin Jacoby. This guy is genuinely such a good gatekeeper at 205. I hope he starts to get his respect as how crafty this dude is. Nasty fucking knockouts. That's 3 knockouts in a row. That's 3 knockouts in a row, bro. I truly believe I deserve to fight number 14, bro. I think Jacoby should fight Zhang Ming Yang next. I think that's actually a sick fight. I also wouldn't be mad at this guy fighting Jimmy the Brute Crew. Okay, I wouldn't be fucking mad at that. I know that was supposed to be the fight. I wouldn't be mad at that getting rebooked. But yeah, I think one of those 2 fights for Dustin Jacoby makes a lot of sense. Great win here by TKO. The prelims were pretty decent as well. Alex Morono, Daniil Donchenko. This fight should have been stopped. But, I mean, how do you not give Alex Morono another 5 fights in the UFC after this? This guy's badass. I don't want to shit on him, dude, because, this is a tough matchup. And the thing about Alex Morono is this guy just gets the matchups of doom and despair. I've never seen this guy take an easy fight. The only easy fight I've ever seen this guy have is bro, who even was? Oh, Cowboy Cerrone when he's on a 6-fight losing streak. The UFC kind of gave him a layup with Cowboy Cerrone back in the day, dude. When he was in the apex, they gave him Cowboy Cerrone. Other than that, this guy has just had straight killers, and he got dropped pretty badly here in this fight. I feel like it probably should have got stopped. A lot of damage taken here. Good win from Daniil Donchenko. This was another brutal finish, dude. Nikolai Varetnikov nukes Nico Price, standing TKO up against the fence. Very crafty use of the UFC 4 knee and elbow spam. Just spamming knees and elbows against the fence, rocking Nico Price badly. Gets the finish by TKO in the first round. That was a pretty nasty highlight. Listen, bro. Bruna Brazil, I fucking knew not to pick her, dude. I fucking knew it, bro. Because after UFC 312, I learned my fucking list. I studied, bro. Why didn't I pick Bruna Brazil? I studied, bro. That's for you to figure out. I knew she was going to sell this shit. Ketlin Souza wins. I didn't even watch this fight, but I'm happy that Ketlin Souza gets the W by decision. This fight was also a super entertaining fight. Definitely worth a rewatch. Javid Basharat versus Yanni Vasquez. Super entertaining debut here for Vasquez. He does train with Ricky Simone, and I think that kind of, maybe experience helped him out here. He had a pretty good showing. Both these guys kind of dropped each other back and forth, but Javid Basharat just kind of crafts it up to a very close decision win. Definitely the the two, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, okay, here's a great way to describe it. He's the fucking Lonzo Ball, dude. Javid Basharat is Lonzo Ball, and Farid Basharat's LaMelo Ball. Like, that's the perfect way to describe it, dude. Okay? Javid Basharat is Sergio Pettis, and Farid Basharat's Anthony Pettis. That's exactly how I'm going to put it for you. And this fight kind of proved it. But it was entertaining. Definitely worth a rewatch. Great fight. I didn't watch this women's fight. I'm sorry, I was busy. Neither did I watch this one. I'm happy I got that right. Jacob Viklach. We finally have bantamweight Rainier Derrida. I love this guy. I was mad as fuck when this guy beat Patchy Mix because I thought Patchy Mix was going to win that fight, and I feel like he kind of got robbed. But I don't care now because Jacob Viklach is super entertaining. This guy's a goofball. He's a gaffster. He's a goofster. And he was about to, lose that third round. I feel like he would have won the fight by decision anyways, looking at the judges' scorecards. But Muin Gafarov, this hairy little fuck, he outstrikes Jacob Viklach, but decides to keep chasing the takedowns. And I shit you not, like the EA UFC animation, Jacob Viklach locks up the guillotine. He presses up on the fucking, the circly thingy. Gets the guillotine with 1 second left in the third round. We love to see that. Great win from Jacob Viklach. And dude, all I have to say is I genuinely went 12-1 predictions on this card. Okay, dude? I'm genuinely feeling, yes, I am feeling myself after getting Apex prelims correct. But all in all, I actually thought this was a pretty entertaining card. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, though. What did you guys think of the main event? I feel like that was a great showcase of, like, the levels to the bantamweight division. I feel like Mario Bautista deserves a lot of respect for stepping up against a pretty dangerous, goofy guy and really making him look like shit. Like, just making it look like he has no business fighting in the top 7 of the division. Because Mario Bautista being ranked number 9, I feel like just makes no sense. He should be number 6. He should be number 5. Honestly. So I hope he takes a jump in the rankings. But yeah, all in all, I thought this was a pretty good card. Horiguchi was a highlight. Batista was a highlight. Viklach was a highlight. There was a lot of good fights on the prelims and some, some entertaining finishes as well. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be trying to post more. I definitely feel like I should have posted more in January. So I'm going to be fucking grinding, dude. I'm going to be Rainier Derrida maxing, posting every fucking day, basically, dude. So subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA, and I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.